Hey guys, this video that I'm making now has been long overdue. I planned to make it almost 2 months ago because there are some things that had changed in my life prior to my mom's departure, and that subject is still kind of sensitive for me. I try not to let it get to me, but you know, sometimes it does. But like I said, this video has been long overdue. Today is the 9th of July. There's something that happened today that was like by far this year the greatest experience that ever happened to me, I suppose. To you it may be like something normal, but to me, somebody who hasn't been outside the house, hasn't been outside the hospital, hasn't been in any other person's building, you know, it's the greatest thing ever to me. I'm going to get into that in a second, but I wanted to come and update you guys about what's been happening with me and what's been happening with school in general and what's going to happen, I suppose, with my channel. Now, I don't know if you guys can notice the different background, but I have moved since my mom's, I'm trying to figure out a proper way to say it. My mom's, I'm just going to say departure, you know, my mom's death. And so because, you know, I was kind of like, besides me, my brother was her only caregiver, so, you know, he would have his own apartment and I would stay with her because I couldn't work because I had to take care of her. So I'm in my own, you know, apartment now, so it's just me, and I take care of my little brother and things like that. So it's just me and him, and basically it's just me because he's only 7 and he doesn't make noise. So I moved into an apartment, so I have more time for my type of things. I can do whatever I will because, you know, I'm on my time now. So that's one thing. The second thing that I really wanted to update you guys about is school. Now, it's really probably maybe going to upset some people. It really kind of upset me, but then again, I couldn't be upset because it was a choice that I made personally, and I feel like this choice is going to better me in the future. It hasn't officially taken place yet, but when it does, you guys will be updated as to when the change has taken place and when it is official. Okay, now that change is that I have switched courses. Now that switch had to take place because many of you would see me make videos at home, and the time that I was at home, I was with my mom. My mom was always at home with me, or if she wasn't at home with me, she was in the hospital. And, you know, if I said, you know, pray for my mom or something like that, I was at home getting ready to leave to go back to the hospital. I just came back to make a video or to change clothes and, you know, do both of those because I know that I needed to say something. So that's what that was. But when I was not making a video, I was in the hospital with her days and weeks on end. You know, I would be in hospital. If you guys, I know you guys aren't my Facebook friends, but if you want, you can be my Facebook friend, and you can be updated. But at the time, I would be posting Facebook statuses, letting people know that I was still in the hospital. I would be taking pictures at the hospital with like me and my mom and things like that. And so at the time when I was in the hospital, I could not get home. Could not get back home, and so I was in a music theory class. I had to retake my music theory class twice, and so I could not finish my music theory class because the equipment that I needed to use to complete my assignments was at home, and I could not bring my keyboard to the hospital because that was a no-no because there was, you know, things like that. So that caused me to fail my course twice. Now, me and music, we go hard, and that hurt me because, you know, it's something that I want to do and something that I love, but I had to understand that, you know, nothing is more important than my mom's health. Nothing is more important than my parent. My mom was my last parent. My dad died after I graduated, and it hurt me because I was not there for him. I'm getting all out the way here, but I was not there for my dad. You know, I saw my dad the day before he passed away, and, you know, believe it or not, we had an argument. It wasn't a big argument, but, you know, I told him I was leaving, and I went to spend the night over someone's house, and when I woke up, my dad was gone. and they tried to get a hold of me and they could not, and I felt like it was my fault. I felt like it was my fault, because I should have been there and I was not. So, I mean, I don't want to get too caught up, but I wanted to be there for my mom, so I had to put school on the back burner. And so while I was in school, while I was in the hospital, I made the choice. I said, God, I know this is what I want to do, but if it is not possible for me to do this, let me switch to something now before it is too late. And what I did was I called up my advisor to make sure that it was still okay and that I could do it, because, you know, once you fail a course twice, you have to pay for it out of your own pocket. And if you do not meet the credit requirements, you're not eligible for financial aid for the next semester. Now, the next semester for me is in August, and I do not currently, right now, meet my credit requirements because of those 2 classes. So I had to take three general education classes. Right now I am in English comp, and then I have to take behavioral science. I'm in behavioral science right now. And then after that I have to take college mathematics. And then I'll be getting into, if I'm approved for it, my internet marketing class. So I said all that to say that I am switching to internet marketing. I could have switched to something else, but I was not sure what my academic future would hold. But I figured that my mom would be here. You know, I wanted my mom to be here. And I felt like if I was going to be in the hospital with her for all this time, then I should at least do something that I could do online, and it would not require me to do so much. I could just, you know, write a couple of essays or make a couple of videos while I'm in the hospital, because they do have a facility for that. That is what I wanted. And so when I made the change, shortly after, that is when, I don't know why I'm using my hands like this, but shortly after, my mom, you know, God called my mom home. And so I do not wish to change my major again. That would be a no-no for me. I feel that I should stick this out and still try to do music a different type of way. Now, I want to go do music courses on the side, but that'll be another story. But that's something that I want to let you guys know. So those that are asking me about music questions, I want to update you guys and let you guys know that, you know, of course I still love music to death, but I chose this path and I must walk it. I must finish something. You know, I finished high school and I want to finish college. Sometimes I don't complete what I start, but I am determined to finish what I start. So this is the last straw. This is the last thing that I am going to change my mind on. You know, music will always be there. I feel like this marketing thing is something that's really, really difficult. Music is really not that difficult for me. I can play certain things. I can come up with this and that and the other. But I wanted to do something that will challenge me, as well as stimulate my mind and things like that. But I'm sorry for getting all out the way. Okay, so the thing that made me really, really excited and made me feel like today was the greatest day this year by far of my life was that, see the CD? My friend Young Kev, he is up and coming artist, and we work together actually, and we worked together on a really working level. Like, we worked at Target, yeah, and then we worked together on a music level. But the thing that happened was, like, last week he asked me, he said, Joanna, I'm going to the studio on Monday and I want you to come. Now, he's been trying to get me in the studio with him since, I can't remember. But I always say, you know, I had to work or I had to be with my mom and things like that. And I could never find a way to get there. So he's like, I moved here. And he's like, I'll come get you. So I'm like, okay. So he kept calling me like, are you pumped? Are you psyched? And I'm thinking like it's going to be one of these like corny sessions, because, you know, he has these people that do his sessions. And to me, when you have, like, I have that ear, so it's kind of like, I don't like the way that sound. And I was thinking it was going to be one of those type of sessions. And he was like, well, I'm doing it with this girl, and she's like really, really good. And at first I was like, I don't know too many female, you know, engineers. And so when I went, she has a studio in this building, and it looks really suspicious. It's like this big old abandoned building. It's not abandoned. It's like this big old metal type of building with like leaves on it. The kind that, I don't know how to explain it to you, but I think I described it well enough. But it was kind of like you would think that somebody would go in there to like try to sell drugs or something. But it was weird. But when I walked in there, it was like this studio that was like real crazy. And so we sat down, and I'm thinking like, okay, the studio is nice, but can she do what it do? So he went in there, got in the booth, and did what he did and things like that. And then she was sitting there going at it like, I was watching her like, me and his girlfriend was sitting there watching her, and she was making it sound really good. I'm sitting there asking her, how do you do this, and how do you do that, and how do you do this, and how do you do that? And she's just like, yeah, you do it like this. And I took out my camcorder and I recorded some parts from the session, but overall the session was banging. I got a lot of education from it, a lot of education. And so we use the same type of Pro Tools, and Pro Tools tend to have it so that you can use any type of file, any type of PTX file, I think it's called, or PXT or something like that, which is the Pro Tools file. And whether it be previous versions or the current version, I have 10, as you guys know. And so she put the sessions on the disc for me so that I could see how she worked. And so she used the Wave plugin and all these other plugins that I believe that I have. So I can kind of look back at my footage that I have, and plus I haven't put it in my computer yet, but I'm gonna pop this in here and see what she did so that I can kind of things like that. And if he allows me to, I'll put the songs on here. Oh my God, he has this song. It's like a fabulous beat. Oh my goodness, he went in the booth and he just killed it. Oh my goodness, I'm sitting for. I told him like, I'm your biggest groupie. Like, I don't know that it's not cool to say, but man, this dude, he went in there and he just did it in one take. It's weird. Like, he did it in one take, and then he did his ad-libs, and then it's kind of like he said he practiced it first at home, which made it easy for him to just come in and do what he needed to do. Now, most people, they get in here and they waste time, and they get in there and they just be like, I don't know, like maybe, and then you waste time when you need to do like 3 or 4 songs, and you only have a 4-hour window for your session. He had 4 hours for his session. He knocked out one song an hour. So he would do one song, and then they would sit down and mix it. Then you do the second song, he would get down and mix it. And then he would do the third song, and then they would mix it. And then it just came out flawless. It was crazy. And so, I mean, he came in, and she even taught me how to do the whole deep voice part. Like, you know how you got the Esther Dean, and she got that drop it low, girl, drop it low. You know, that deep voice stuff. She taught me how to do automation. She has the O2 and stuff like that. I'm sitting over here just bragging about her, but she is really good to be a female. I've never seen. That's why I'm like really gushing, because I've never seen a female engineer. Never. That's what got me pumped about, you know, the whole session, the whole thing. It wasn't him, because I know he's a good rapper, and he's even grown as a rapper. But to see her on the mixing board and on the console and just in Pro Tools, just doing her stuff. Like, most people, they wouldn't know what to do, but she just went at it and like she just did it like it was nothing. And that just inspired me so much to make my mixes or my songs, whether it be my instrument or not, whatever I put my lyrics to she just showed me how to make it better. And so it just pumped me up to know that even though I'm not going to school for music anymore, to know that if I study, if I come to her and I ask her, you know, can you do this, and she showed me, you know, I could be great without even going to school, even though I'm going to go to school for it anyway. But I just wanted to just, you know, vent about that. Like, my day was just crazy. I dropped my brother off, and I got him ready, and I dropped him off, and then I had the whole entire day to just sit in the studio. It was crazy. Just sit in the studio and watch this girl just kill this track. Like, not kill it, but just make it into like something you would hear on the radio. I'm talking about flawless. Like, all that T-Pain stuff and all that Chris Brown stuff, she made it sound just like that. Like, it was crazy. So I'm gonna stop talking, because I know I talked enough already. And so like I said, if he allows me to, I'll put the tracks up. and things like that. And then I'll put some of the footage, excuse my language, get me together, some of the footage from the studio on to my channel, because I told him that my channel gets, you know, not a lot of views, but a little bit. And so he's going to have his own channel and things like that. Matter of fact, I should text him and see where what his other channels are, because we got some plans for that. But it's just crazy. Now I'm really into making my mixtape. Now my mixtape, I'm going to make a mixtape. It's not going to be my instrumentals yet, because I'm still working on those. I'm still learning about them. And she just taught me something about that too, about the keyboard and things like that. So I'm going to come out with a mixtape. I'm going to a specific website, and I'm going to pick out some instrumentals that I've never heard before, or maybe you guys have heard of but I've never heard of before. And I'm going to either rap on them or, you know, sing on them or whatever, to just test it out and things like that. So I know I talked a lot and I keep saying it, but I'm going to let you guys go like I just preached a sermon. Preach. And I say church. That's my song. And so God bless you guys. I love you guys so much. Like, you have no idea how much I love you guys. I'm going to make a video about certain things. You guys have been asking me questions, and I'm going to make a Q&A video on things like that. So stay tuned for more videos. I have you guys, like, all the questions on a piece of paper, and trust me, my next video will be a Q&A, you know, session and things like that. There are going to be bigger and better things. I guess I'm kind of claiming Team Us. That's his, you know, independent label and things like that. His group, and I'm a part of his group. So I guess it's Team Us ENT. And this dude he's like, I can't say he the next Machine Gun Kelly, but his lyrics is like really, really dope. So I don't know. So you guys stay tuned, and I love you guys. I'm praying for you guys, and I pray for you guys' success and things like that. And if you need anything, just hit me up. I'm always online. I'm always on YouTube. I'm always on Facebook. If you need my number, let me know. I'm always on Skype. If you need that, let me know. And deuces.